Hi, welcome to our Tuesday live leadership chat. Today I'm going to talk about trust and the importance of when you're coaching or a leader using coaching skills on the importance of trust. Actually, trust is crucial in all relationships. Without it, there really isn't relationship. It's really just a transaction. My name's Kylie Butler and I'm a part of Christian Coaching Institute. I've been part of the team there for over 10 years, coaching and training Christian leaders in coaching. We are Australia's leading Christian coaching organisation. Down here in Victoria, we've just had the Queen's birthday long weekend. Hooray for long weekend. I find myself today, though, being Tuesday, in a really quiet home, actually alone. In many places in Australia, schools have gone back to school, kids have gone back to school for the last few weeks now, but in Victoria, today's the first day that all school kids go back. And so I've been working at home now for nearly 3 months and the kids have been home with me for most of that time. And so today I actually find it really quiet, actually quite eerily quiet. I've really enjoyed having the kids at home most of the time. I've enjoyed stopping and having lunch with them. I've enjoyed our casual chats between appointments or between Zoom class things that they've had. I've enjoyed the reduced level of after school and weekend activities. You know what, I'd love to hear what you've really enjoyed and what you've been really thankful for from lockdown. So why not post some comments below of some things that you've really loved in this season and that you're really thankful for. But what I've also noticed is in this season is that some organisations have been able to not only pivot their organisations, but also bring their team along as well. Whereas some organisations, I'm finding that the staff are distant and struggling, disengaged and stressed, and even wanting to leave or to quit their organisation. The Professor of Leadership, Dr. Robert Clinton or Bobby Clinton, defines leadership as influence. If you are influencing others, you are leading regardless of the role or the position that you hold. Everyone has influence. It's really a question of how are you using that influence. People in leadership can actually use that position to force others to do things or to tell them what to do, or they can draw out their natural gifts and strengths and motivations. We can probably all think of people who have used their authority to kind of force a certain behavior on us. And there is a time and a place for things like wisdom and preaching and sharing and communication and telling. But more often than not, actually using a coaching style of drawing out that style of conversation is what will actually build trust and minimize stress and anxiety in your team. Coaching is a mindset, it's a skill set, and it's a tool set that can be integrated into your various roles, whatever they might be. Let's have a look at Mark chapter 10, verses 42 to 45, where he says, "So Jesus called them together and he said, 'You know that the rulers in this world lord it over people, and officials flaunt their authority of those that are underneath them. But among you, it will be different. Whoever wants to be a leader must be your servant. Whoever wants to be first, you must be the slave of everybody else. For even the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve others and give his life as a ransom for many.'" Jesus describes his leadership as serving people rather than lording it over them. Leaders in Jesus' day and leaders in our day still give direction, assign tasks because of their authority, and yet Jesus has a different model of leadership. Last week's Tuesday Live Leadership Chat, we chatted through Jesus and the questions that he used. So if you didn't get a chance to watch that one, get back to last week's and have a look at that one as well. But apart from listening and asking great questions, one of the other key foundations of coaching is actually building trust. One of the key things is to how do we build rapport with others? Because trust can't be demanded, it can't be forced, it can't be required. Trust is earned. So how do we build trust when things are still so uncertain? And many of your team are still working from home, or some are at home and some are in the office, and you've got this weird remote space. There are lots of people who have ideas and formulas around how to build trust. But I find that there's a key, easy one that just fits most naturally for me, which is the Covey statement, that building trust requires two things: character and competence equals trust. Character includes integrity, it includes intentions, it includes motive. And Covey describes 4 essential components of building this type of trust. It's actually living out your values, living out who you are, who you say you are, and actually following through on those. Making your intentions clear for the relationship. So, you say what you do what you say you will do. And communication for your capabilities. Actually sharing, you know what, I've done some training around this, or I'm an ICF accredited coach, or I've done some training around coaching, but actually you're communicating that you are a capable leader to be able to lead in this particular time. And you actually get results. You follow through. Things happen because of your leadership. There's a sense of credibility and reliability that comes with that. Now, he notes that when you trust somebody, you have confidence in their ability to do it, but also in their integrity. In that sense. So, you've probably heard of plenty of other trust formulas that have been around the place of credibility and reliability and familiarity would be another key one. But really, if we look at these 2 key areas of character and competence, if you focus on those 2 areas of building trust, you'll really be able to build trust with your team, particularly in the areas that we find ourselves in today. Actually being reliable and doing what you say you were going to do. Getting to know your team and who they are and how they're created. It's easy and it can be tricky to actually find ways to connect with people when we don't see them face to face. So be creative in the way that you do that. Because sometimes it's harder to read somebody's facial expressions or body language down a screen. So be creative in asking different sorts of questions. Spend some more time in that check-in area, understanding who they are and how they're created, what brings them joy and what brings them challenge. If you're interested in growing and having better conversations with your team, why not complete our 6-week self-paced online course? This is one that's available all the time. I'll put a link in the comments below. But for the month of June, you can actually get 10% off by using the discount code Tuesday, as in Tuesday today, because that means that you've actually connected with us in the Facebook or Instagram Live or in YouTube. The course starts whenever you want it. It is self-paced. It never ends. It's a completely self-paced course. You decide when to start. You decide when to finish. You have access to it for a lifetime. So once you've actually signed up, you get unlimited access to the course for as long as you like across all of your devices. And you get to test it for 30 days. And if you don't like it and it doesn't suit your needs, there's a full 100% guarantee back on that one. But remember, for the month of June, you can get a 10% discount by using the code Tuesday. So today we've actually spoken around trust in that sense of it is a core skill of coaching. It is a core skill of leadership. It's a core skill of relationship. And that trust is around character, who you say you are matches what your behavior is, and competence, your ability to actually grow and develop in the areas and the skills that you're leading in. These areas increase our level of trust that we have with others. All right, have a great day, and we'll see you next Tuesday at 1 o'clock. See ya.